Hello, Taurus. It is time for your January reading, January 2025. We're going to start off with an oracle card to see what your primary theme or energy is for this month. And you have karma. Karma is paying a call this month. Tapping in a little bit here. If it feels like there's a specific situation that this is about that's been outstanding for quite some time, and there's going to be a forced resolution, if you will, this month. Now that could go either way. Hopefully you're on the good side of the karma. Otherwise, this is something you probably know is coming. So be ready, be prepared to deal with it, one way or the other. Karma is calling this month. You can't hide from this anymore. You can't avoid it. Just get it done, get it over with. Face the music. This is a primary message I'm getting through for here. And then it'll be off your shoulders. You'll feel lighter. You'll feel better just to have it over with. So stop dragging your feet, stop avoiding it, and handle it. For those of you that are on the receiving side, the good side, I don't know that that's necessarily the receiving side, but you too will have that final T to it, and you won't have to keep thinking about it anymore. What's done is done. Once this is handled, that's it. It's over. Don't go back and harp on it. Stop. You can stop focusing on it, and you can put your energy on the future, or even on the present moment and being present with the people you're with, instead of focusing on this thing that happened in the past, because it will be resolved. All right. Let's see what your tarot cards have. See if a certain card comes up. We have the Ace of Pentacles, Justice, that's the card I was thinking of, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Strength card. So yeah, Justice to me is the equivalent of karma. So I was thinking of that card before we started pulling them. And you have two, and it's a major arcana card. Strength is also a major arcana card. So there is an aspect here making sure that you're ready. And also a sense of being able to move on once this is done. One way or the other, being able to move on and focus on yourself or your future in a different way, because this won't be hanging out there anymore. All right, let's start here at the front. We're starting off here with the Ace of Pentacles. This is a fresh new source of income, or maybe a career opportunity, or maybe some sort of housing or something like that that's coming up here. Aces are that inspiration, that it's the very beginning, that first step. That's the word I want to use. The first step down a new path. And I think this is the impetus for settling this and getting it done and over with, so that you can focus on a new path, on the future, on what you have available to you, as long as you get this done and out of the way. You'll have energy available to start something new. Then we have the Justice card here. This is that karma card. These two go together very well. Justice is about bringing things back into balance, resolving an open situation so that both parties can move on, so there can be closure. That's the primary thing. Gaining closure on this situation. Yeah, I'm not feeling, it doesn't necessarily feel like super major as far as monetary or having to do time or anything like that. This is about coming clean and getting that closure, being able to maybe just finally sign the papers or file the papers. Things are already in motion for this, but it needs that final step. That's what's been held up. That's what people have been waiting on, and that's why the energy has been staying stuck in this. Take a deep breath, do what you need to do, and end it. End the situation. Get that closure on it. bring things back into balance for both sides of the situation. Ultimately, both come out a winner in this, even if that looks a little different and may take a little longer to see for one side versus the other. But closure is the primary thing that we're going for here. And then we have the Queen of Cups here. So the Queen, definitely an authority figure, more feminine energy, receptive energy. To me, this feels like it may be a mediator or a counselor or somebody who is helping bring you guys together or bring the parties together in this situation in order to gain that closure, the feelings of closure, to help people come up with the right words and understand where intent may have been coming from and what caused certain events to happen. So there is an aspect here of having that person who is very emotionally mature, understands the triggers that people may have. Maybe this is somebody even close to the situation who has a different perspective to everything that happened. But both sides respect this person. And very valuable resource of information. Leverage this person. Take the offer for their help to get this done. And it will, again, it's something that's going to help both sides, even if one side has to do more than the other, so to speak. But this is a key person here to help you out. Maybe this is the judge, literally, or again, an arbitrator or something like that that's going to help close the loop on things so that you can leave that energy there or reclaim any energy that you still keep leaving in it so that everybody can move forward with their lives. And maybe it is something from the past, maybe having to do with a family member or somebody that you had a close relationship with. We have the Six of Pentacles here. Initially, I was thinking Six of Cups, but it is the Six of Pentacles. There is a need to be generous. Generous with giving and receiving. Yeah. The giver needs to be willing to do the giving and the receiver needs to be willing to do the receiving in order for this to work out. So be open to whichever side you're on here. Be open. Maybe both sides need to be open to both receiving and giving in order for this to work out for the best. Maybe some compromise, but as long as everybody, both sides get something out of it, what that something looks like to each is going to be different. One side may just want closure, so it's not hanging over their head anymore, and the other side may want closure in the aspect of knowing the why and just understanding more and gaining more the feelings of closure. But it takes two of you to make this happen. Both sides need to work together. And then we have the Strength card. This is a card of, it can be generally having compassion, not just for other people, but for yourself too. Have compassion. We all have shadows. We all have the dark side. We all have a wild side, kind of represented by the lion in this here. We all have a side that can get out of control, especially when we don't have the tools or training or role models to help us learn the appropriate way to respond when we're stressed, when we're triggered. We could lash out inappropriately at those times, and that may be what happened in this situation. And now one side has matured and now understands that yes, at that time they did not have control over themselves. Now they do. They are also not suppressing those frustrations and angers. They learned how to deal with them in a more responsible way, how to integrate that into their lives in a healthy way. The other side has also grown here and matured enough to recognize what their own triggers are, what their own past patterns were, and how those impacted their life, not just with this person, but generally. And they've grown to have some compassion and recognize that they were not perfect at that time either. So there's there's a growing sense of maturity here on both sides, and also responsibility and ownership, and not being afraid of that part of themselves anymore. So compassion for themselves and the other party, for who they were then and who they are now. All right, Taurus, that is what I have for you for your month of January reading. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below for the YouTube algorithm. They love that. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.